This is a 1954 printing of Evangelistic Sermons and Outline. And I thought I'd start by sharing of the cover. Part of the cover is missing here, but this book is by Jerome Williams. Because so many preachers have found constructive help in Dr. Williams' previous books of sermon outlines, they will welcome the appearance of this new one. Its evangelistic theme will make it especially useful. The 64 outlines are grouped under these heads: Christ, God's goodness, Holy Spirit, Jesus, prayer, salvation, scriptures, service, sinners, spiritual attitudes. Definitely Bible-centered, simple in construction, and practical in approach. These outlines offer sturdy framework for effective preaching. They furnish no illustrative material or specific introductions and conclusions. They are outlines that can be useful only as a preacher fills them with his own personality, his understanding of the Bible message, and his concern for man's plight. Reflecting the serene faith of the author, these outlines will inspire earnest and positive preaching of God's redemptive love. A few are only 1 page long, but most of the outlines are long enough to suggest basic interpretation of New Testament truth. Well, sometimes we have contradictions within the New Testament, much less with the, agreement with the rest of it. All exemplify sound developments of the textual sermon. Thus, this new collection of sermon outlines can be valuable to many preachers who want to strengthen their pulpit ministry. And that price indicates that our previous book that we shared from might be old enough to have shown you, but I wasn't sure, so. And so we see here that we have at least a third of a month of programs that we can go over this material with. And so we have some other examples here of books that he has, that talking about the seed, from which other things will grow. And I don't think we need to read the ads. That will probably not be as useful. About the author: although nearly half his ministry was spent in work outside the pastorate, Dr. Jerome Williams maintained the pastor's point of view. In his speaking and writing, he kept in touch especially with those preachers of limited formal preparation for the ministry. Although he began preaching in 1909 of the Common Era, he was not ordained until he had completed his studies at Howard College and Southern Baptist Theological Seminary 7 years later. His pastoral ministry included churches in Alabama and Kentucky. In 1934, he became business manager of the Sunday School Board of the Southern Baptist Convention, and from 1943 to his death in 1953, he was secretary of the Division of Education and Promotion. Dr. Williams was widely popular as a preacher and inspirational speaker. He was also the author of 9 other books, of which the most popular have been 3 volumes of sermon outlines. And so, that, I guess, is what we see here. And we have some verses that are mentioned. Psalm 19:7, 111:2, 119:11, 145:11, Proverbs 6:22, Matthew 5:16, 9:37, 18:19, 25:41, 28:18, Mark 2:3, 10:52, Luke 2:8, 2:11, 2:14, 3:3, 7:48, 15:2, 17:5, 18:13, 23:41, 23:42, 23:43, 24:48, John 1:35-43, 3:29. They probably have more referenced, right? 4:49, 15:5, 16:13, 17:20, 17:22, Acts 3:2, 4:13, 4:22, 4:31, 4:29-30, 8:5, 11:22, 16:31, Romans 1:21, 5:5, 8:26, 10:1, 13:11, 2 Corinthians 4:6, 5:11, 8:9, 9:15, Ephesians 2:10, 5:16, 5:20, Philippians 2:9, 1 Thessalonians 5:18, Titus 2:13-14, 2:14, Hebrews 4:12, 7:25, James 1:15, 2 Peter 1:4, 1 John 2:1, Revelation 3:20. In these fundamentalist books, I tend not to see anything along the lines of a, reserved for, I don't see, all the books in the Bible mentioned or something like this in even a particularly large volume. There are some books written that deliberately differ from Christian theology or Jewish theology or something that have more complete lists. Now, why is that?